is pretty unbelievable. Egypt, which is an ally of the US, secretly planned to supply rockets to Russia. And this shows how much countries are standing up to the US empire. Now, here's the thing. I'm anti-war, so I don't want Egypt sending rockets to Russia. I don't want Russia bombing people. I don't want Ukraine bombing people. I don't want the US sending rockets to Ukraine. I think this needs to end at a goddamn peace table. Sit down at a fucking peace table. I don't even care what kind it is. It could be the kind where you fold out the little legs and it's just some cheap piece of shit. It could be $1,000 bullshit table that the people buy just to show off in their office and go, look at the table I got. I don't give a shit. Just sit down at a goddamn table and figure it out without killing anybody else. That is my stance. Call me crazy. Call me insane. That is my stance. So I'm not for any rockets to be sent anywhere. However, this does show how much the U.S. empire's power has waned, that we have allies sending or about to send. It appears they never end up sending them, although it's quite possible they sent them and it's just not in the leaks, meaning they did supply rockets to Russia. We just don't know about it. But either way, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi of Egypt, one of America's closest allies in the Middle East, not so much, apparently, one of the closest allies, we're told, in the Middle East, and a major recipient of U.S. aid, recently ordered subordinates to produce up to 40,000 rockets to be covertly shipped to Russia, according to a leaked U.S. intelligence document. And you know, just to clarify here, that's no small feat. That's no small amount. You can't sneak 40,000 rockets in your pants, through airport security. That's an undertaking. That is a real move to the hoop by Egypt for Russia, sending them 40,000 rockets to help them in their efforts in this proxy war in Ukraine. As far as we know, they didn't actually send them, but that is a hell of an undertaking. You can't slip that in your carry-on bag. If I put it between the shampoo and the conditioner, maybe they'll just think those 40,000 rockets is my shaving cream. I don't think it works like that. If I have it up my rectum far enough, if I have it up my rectum inside a canister that looks like a dildo, then maybe I'll get away with it. A portion of a top secret document dated February 17th summarizes purported conversations between Sisi and senior Egyptian military officials, and also references plans to supply Russia with artillery, rounds, and gunpowder. So not just rockets, but also artillery, rounds, and gunpowder. In the document, Sisi instructs the officials to keep the production and shipment of the rockets secret to avoid problems with the West. Yeah, you think? Supposedly, Egypt is non-committal on which side they're on in this proxy war between the U.S. and Russia, and yet you think it might cause a problem with U.S. ruling elite, ruling sacks of shit if you're sending 40,000 rockets to Russia? But to me, this is more the part of this that you're not going to get from mainstream media, you're not going to see in this Washington Post article, is that this shows the incredible deterioration of the U.S. empire's power. And because I'm anti-war, and because the U.S. empire has caused immense death and destruction over the past several decades, and before in many ways, but we didn't quite have the reach in a lot of ways till World War II and after. I am for the shrinking of the U.S. empire to maybe, I don't know, so that it cared about its own citizens. So that instead of looking how we're going to crush every nation around the world that even for a minute stands up to us, that even just lifts a finger and says, could we have some sovereignty? Could we have just the first half of the word sovereignty, just like an SOV or something? Could we have something just like begins to stand up, and we're like, we have to take medicine from their babies to show them who's boss. If like I would rather they take that energy and, hey, let's help the American people. But of course they can't, because they are full-on sociopaths. They have no empathy for their victims. Both the victims overseas, both the victims that are killed by our bombs and our sanctions, and the victims at home, the victims, the domestic victims, those of us who are here and see our infrastructure breaking and drink water with chunks in it coming out of the tap. Those of us at home here driving over bridges that we don't know when they might collapse any day now. There's 54,000 structurally deficient bridges in America, and Kamala Harris just made an announcement that they're going to fix 9. Did you hear that? She said they're going to fix 9. So what's that bring that down to? 53,991 left to work on any day now. But at least those 9 are going to be tip-top. I'm going to go find those 9 that they fixed, and I'm just going to drive back and forth all day long. Woo-hoo! Here we go. Back and forth, the one working bridge in America.